Oops. I didn't mean to start it right this second, but I might as well go ahead and get on in there. Tell you what's going on here. Okay, we got pre-real estate training. All right, so let me go ahead and check this up a little bit more. I made a mistake and started a little bit too early. You know what I mean? So great we go. Since we're here, we're gonna make the best of it. Okay. Now, like I showed you on the last one, I have a buyer already. So this is your best bet when you're looking for properties. You want to advertise until you find a buyer who's willing to talk to you and tell you exactly what he or she or they are looking for. You know what I mean? So once you find out exactly what they're looking for, you avoid asking them about their deal breakers. You know what I'm saying? Their pet peeves when it comes to properties. Okay? So when you do that, those are your deal breakers. And people will openly tell you these things. It's no problem. You know what I mean? As long as you're sincere or whatever, everything's great. So now you take that information, then you find a property that fits all their criteria. You see what I'm saying? You fit exactly what I just said. It's very clear and simple. Find a property that fits all their criteria that they're looking for, and then then a process begins once you find about 20 or 30 properties that fit every last bit of their criteria. Remembering to avoid all their deal breakers. Okay. So then I showed you that on the last video how I was looking for particular properties like that. Okay. So now I did not choose the property that I was looking at. I did choose the property that I was looking at the other day and showed you the other day, right? However, that property became unavailable. So when I called the gentleman, he heard, I'm in a racist town, he heard a black voice and automatically changed his mind about selling the house and to talk about I'll wait till next year when the market is better. Thanks. Hung the phone up. So you know what I mean? So this is what you gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying, retardation like that. So I said, okay, I might need some help finding the right properties. So I hopped on Zillow. Okay. I'm getting ready to show you right now. I hopped on Zillow and let me show you this. Okay. And over here where I showed you in the last video, the contact the agent, just say you got the same on Trulia, but on Trulia is on the left. Okay. We got many other sites that look up real estate information. So, you know what I'm saying? I popped in one of these agents, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to lean towards my black women because there's generally no black men. Oh man, I should have used my homeboy. Good gracious, what was I thinking? My goodness. Oh man, I know I know real estate agents already, you know what I'm saying? So I was just so excited about the new borrowing power that I have that I was just, just going with the flow and used weirdos over here. Somebody I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But I should have used my homie on this particular project, but it's no problem. No problem. You know what I'm saying? I can get them in there on many other projects, no problem. Okay, so when I selected a person, it was an older black lady, you know what I mean? So she was a coon. She was a Sambo, you know what I'm saying? So she had the same reaction that the white man had when he heard my voice on the telephone. And since I have like a hood accent, unrefined, I don't speak like this, like a coon accent, you know, and since I don't speak like that, uh, she took it upon herself to be absolutely retarded. And I said, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I asked her to put in a bid on the property that I had showed you guys. No, not the one that I showed you, because the dude changed his mind all of a sudden, and it's still for sale right now. So he just lied to me to get me off the phone and rejected my bid and all these things on purpose. See what I'm saying? So he's retarded anyway. But what? Okay, so now I selected a black lady. She gets on the phone talking to me like I'm a child, you know, about things that I already know. So she thinks she's teaching me something. So I said, okay, yes, yeah, I know this very well, ma'am. She said, oh, okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure you know these things. I have to tell you how real estate goes. Okay, no problem, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do some actions. I was just hoping that she would do some actions. Man, this woman sent me. That's why I just used her for what she did do. You know what I'm saying? So she took my criteria that I gave her and plugged it into the real systems, because these little sites here show less properties, and it doesn't give as much information about the selling process of the property, because some of these properties are VA houses, some of them are HUD houses, some of them are, you know what I'm saying, Fannie Mae, some of them are Freddie Mac and all this other crap. Some of them are individually owned, some of them are couple owned, some of them, you know what I'm saying? So in the MLS, the multiple listing service, these varying entities, write descriptions of restrictions and limitations of how the selling process must go. So this is important information that you got to know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for example, some properties you must give them US, you know what I'm saying, fake dollars, fiat. You must give them fiat currency. You can't get financing for it, and then a bank cuts them a check for the property for whatever reason. I don't know why they do that, but I guess they just want to sell it really quickly, and they think there's a lot of rich people around here that just has that kind of money to just drop on their worthless house. Because if a person is rich, they're not going to drop money on a $100,000 house or $80,000 house. So I don't know what you mean by that. So anyway, so that's what happened with the original home that I showed you. So the lady showed me one property at first that was perfect. Okay, the property was worth $100,000 and was selling for $40,000, which is 40% of the value of the property. Okay, so I sent her the proof of funds and told her to put in a bid on that. She completely ignored me and doggone called me early today, talking about, you didn't tell me to put a bid on that property. You told me to send you another list of properties. I said, so I forwarded her the proof of funds again and said that this is the proof of funds that I sent for the property that I asked you to put in a bid on yesterday. Because you got to do this fast. Once you see it pop up, people eat it up and buy the property and resell it instantly. They eat it up. It's gone. Once you see a deal, it's gone. So she purposely drug her feet on that deal, and I missed out on that deal, that 40% deal. She did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Call me today talking about you didn't tell me to do that. So she sent a whole list of other properties that are more expensive and don't have nearly as much return on the resale of the property after you fix it up into pristine condition. Okay, so this is why I don't deal with real estate agents. You see what I'm saying? She wanted to get under contract to have me in a business relationship with her, stuck in a business relationship with her for 6 months, where she's telling me what to do and not doing what I asked her to do politely. She did not put in a bid on the property, so which I just lost some money off that by not performing that deal. So this is what these people do. You know what I'm saying? They present the information to their friends and it's kind of like the real estate game is like legal insider trading. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to see something on the market and tell and keep purposely block a person from buying it so that your friend can buy it. You're allowed to do that. So, you know what I'm saying? So the property was selling for $40,000 and it's worth over $100,000. Okay, so you do the math. You know what I'm saying? That's like $60,000 that you can potentially make off the property. All right. So now, so she screwed that up on purpose and sent me a whole bunch of other addresses, about 24 other addresses. So I looked at all of them, narrowed them down to 4, and then they were 3 of them are foreclosures, which I'm not trying to deal with foreclosures right now. I'm trying to deal with an individual seller. So this is the individual seller right here. You know what I'm saying? This property right here. And it won't take much to fix it up. You know what I'm saying? About 15, 20, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? So this is when the process starts. So I narrowed 24 properties down to 4 properties, which I put in bids on 3 of them already, or 2 of them. This one and one of the foreclosures. One of the other foreclosures, I'm gonna put a bid on it tomorrow. And then the 4th foreclosure, I'm looking at it. It's like you see, foreclosures are annoying. So I'm trying to get to the fast, the quick, you know what I'm saying, the path of least resistance right this second. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like an electrical outlet, you know what I mean? You want to go through the path of least resistance. Okay, like water. You got to be formless like water. You see what I'm saying? So now, but you run up into brick walls with these foreclosures. You run into annoying real estate agents. So I had to fire her. She gonna text me talking about, you know what I'm saying, something I don't know, or something crazy she said. Then I was like, okay, so when are you gonna put the offer in on the property? So she called me and said, if you can't do business in my office like a normal person, in my office, why do I have to be in your office? And I'm gonna show you why I don't have to be in the office. So just like anyway, here you go. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so just like I just showed that I narrowed it down to, I'm gonna focus on that one property right that I just showed you. Okay, I looked at 30 more houses today, narrowed it down to 4 properties, and I'm focusing on one property for the sake of time with this situation. Okay, now this is called dotloop.com. This is where you do all your real estate documents for the scot-free. Okay, you see this address? Let me make it bigger for you. What I say? Read it out loud. You read it? 2026 Graham Road. What's this address say? Read it out loud. 2026 Graham Road. Right or wrong? Okay. So now this is all the documents for the process of the property. It's only 4 documents. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure you got the lead based paint disclosure. You got the purchase agreement, the buyer agency agreement, which means you get into an agreement with your real estate agent. So I had to fire that lady and said, that's why I don't deal with losers. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a coon, a Sambo. So I'm so mad. I'm like, dang, my black people don't want to do nothing. So I had to look around, you know what I'm saying? I'm so distraught, I ain't even think to call my homeboy. I'm talking about this is a friend of mine that I went to school with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to use him on all the rest of these properties from here on out because he know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We come from the same situations and he's got money now because he went through the stringent way, the real estate training, and then you go through the state board, you take your state test and get your state real estate agent license. So he's regulated by the state and he can only get paid 3% per deal, unless he's a dual agent where he gets 6% per deal. So if you never go through that, but you know the same information he knows, then you can buy and sell property all day long, anytime you want to as an investor. And you can make anywhere between, if you want to make 10%, you can. If you want to make 50%, you can. You see what I'm saying? If you want to make 100%, you can. And the state can't get mad about it because you're just an investor. Wherein the other people allowed themselves to be regulated and ruled by their oppressor to be at the 3% level. Okay, so that's why you don't become a real estate agent, you become an investor. Okay, so now once you have become a real estate agent and you attempt to become an investor, you can't do it because you done already signed your life away. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's what this one old guy did. His name is Jim Anderson. He's a very well-known real estate agent around here, you know what I'm saying, and owns a damn near a whole city in this area because of how many houses he bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and kept and rent out. So now he lost his license on purpose. He gave up his license so that he could no longer be confined by the 3% payment. So now he is a legitimate investor where he can pay himself whatever amount he wants. So that's the real estate agent agreement. You get into a real estate agent agreement, then you have the offer to purchase, the contract. And then, you know what I'm saying, this is the state disclosure that you have to read about working with real estate agents. They are bound by, we're all bound by the law of man anyway. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, they can lose their license if they break the law. So that keeps their mind focused on being ethical towards you, okay, and not doing you dirty like people like to do. So since the black lady did not get under contract with me like that, then she felt that she could not put in an offer for me that I asked her to do and show it to her friends or whatever she did, you know what I'm saying, and get the property herself, or get, you know what I'm saying, get a under the table payment from her from her homie or something. Okay, so I'm still on the cot like I told you last time. I'm still sitting on my cot right now. I don't have a couch, okay? Oh yeah, I do. But I don't have pillows on my couch, okay? So I don't sit on my couch. So I'm on my cot like I told you last time when I showed you that $29,000. Okay, now look at here. This person, this new real estate agent and my homie do this all the time. They put the documents in dot loop Look how long this is. How many pages is this? 12 pages. 12 pages of information about how the, you know what I'm saying, what I'm offering and what's going to happen. So just like I told you, I'm offering 110. You know what I'm saying? The seller's gonna walk away with 75,000 in his pocket. And I'm gonna walk away with 35,000 in my pocket. That's how that works. See what I'm saying? So I'm making more off this deal than the original property that I chose, selected. But I still got to spend the money a little bit because the house is not in great shape like that other property. So I got to put up a whole daggum fence. That's gonna cost $6,000. You gotta put up a back fence in the backyard. That's gonna cost $6,000 minimum out the gate, automatically. So that's 35 minus 6 is 29,000 already. So then I gotta upgrade the bathrooms. Like I told you last time, it's 2,000 a piece, and there's 2 bathrooms in this house. That's 4,000. So yeah, 29 minus 4,000, 25,000. Then you got to paint everything. That's another 2,000. 23,000. That's it. Now you got 23,000. Okay, the kitchen is not even in the pictures. So that tells you that they don't like the kitchen. That's why they didn't take a picture of it. So that's another 4,000 right there. So that's 21,000 profit. So then I got to put a driveway right here because that's just looks retarded. Okay, so that's another 5,000 right there. So that's 16,000 profit. Then I got to fix the yard. That's another $1,000. That's 15,000 profit. I really want to do the roof, but it looks like it's on its last leg. It looks it's good, but it's gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to do because you know what I mean. That's another 3,000 if I do the roof. So I might just do the roof. Yeah. Okay. So do the roof, and then that leaves 12,000 left over. Okay. So 12,000 left over. All right. After all that. All right. So I just wanted to show you. Okay. When you find a buyer, you get them to tell you everything that they want and everything that they absolutely hate about a property. And then you find out of the 10,000 properties that are selling today in your city, you narrow them down to 500 by putting in all the information into those sites. But you want to, hire a real estate agent because the MLS allows them to put that information into the MLS and it'll find it better than these other sites because these other sites don't have every detail of information of the property. You see, it just has a little description right here. This home sits on a large, majestic lot that is just over an acre. There is loads of equity as the assessed value is over 172,000. There is a large barn on the property that is in need of some repair. This property is a steal at 80,000. So that's another 2,000. So now I'm at 10,000 because I got to fix the barn in the back. Okay. So what I'm showing you is that these real estate sites don't have the detailed information that the MLS has. So you must use a real estate agent anyway to buy any property. You can't. It's impossible to buy a property without a real estate agent. So you just got to find the right one because they are snobby than a mug. They are snobby people, and they just are retarded, man. I just don't like them. But the one that I got now, what I'm saying, that I hired today, after I fired the black lady, she's good. She's good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I tell her to do, she does. And she might not understand it and ask for explanations on it. And then once I explain it, she says, well, I still don't understand it, but I'll do it however you say to do it. So that's what the type of assistance that you need because they're not the buyer. The state mandates and regulates and forces you to buy real estate with a real estate agent if the seller has a real estate agent on the property, managing the property. You understand? So if a seller does not use a real estate agent on a property, then you can talk directly with a seller. Those are the properties I like to talk to and look for. But they're few and far between because, you know, sellers don't have time to be dealing with multiple customers like that. They got their own jobs and stuff. Okay, so it's the job of a real estate agent to communicate exactly what you want done between you and the seller. And the real estate agents be all in the way. They be like, I don't know if I should do it that way. Mother, what you mean you don't know if you should do it that way? I'm telling you, do it that way because I'm the buyer and that's how I want it done. Let me give you an example. On this, what I just said right here. I'm offering, the seller has this property listed for $80,000. The house is worth $110,000. It's being taxed. I just showed you. It's being taxed right now at the county. The county is taxing the property for $124,000 right now. So they're paying however much taxes that is. I can go to the tax page at the bottom, go down to the bottom, click for tax sheet. Okay. So I got the wrong year in here. Hold on a sec. 2015 tax sheet. 2014. Okay, for whatever reason they're not showing how much taxes is paid on this, but it's something like, you know, $200 a year or something real small. $200 a year. I don't know how much it is, but they're charging over the what the customer paid for the house in taxes. So they got to get their extortion money, $124,000. So that's gonna equal to about something like $200 a year, which is, you know, that's not much. That's not a lot. Okay, so the seller wants $80,000. The taxes on the house are assessed at $124,500. And look at this. The house in perfect condition is worth $172,000. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I offered $110,000 for the property. I offered more than what the seller wants. No, I didn't. I offered less than what the seller wants. But I'm explaining this portion here to you. It's real simple. But I'm giving an example of what she didn't understand and didn't want to do, but she quickly got over it in 5 seconds after I explained it to her. But the lady from yesterday, the black lady, would have never in her life sent me a contract like this. Okay, so look here. Where is it at? Okay, purchase price. So the seller wants 80,000, and I offered 75,000. Okay, how did I offer 75,000? I said you got to pay for repairs because the house is not in its full pristine condition. It's a piece of trash right now. So I offer 110,000. Why? So that I can get 35,000 at closing. whenever I buy the property. So I'm gonna get from my financer, from my private lender. That's the key word. The key word is not hard money lending anymore. The key word is private lender. You have to know how to find them. I know how to find them. I can teach you, no problem. So the seller is to gross $75,000 before seller obligations, meaning the closing costs. Remainder to be paid to the buyer for repairs. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the remainder of 110,000 minus 75,000, which is 35,000, and I just subtracted all the repairs that I'm gonna do to the property. 6,000 for a fence in the backyard to fence in the dog that my buyer has. His name is Titan. He's a pit, a blue nose pit. He's gray, big, muscular, huge, muscular dog. Pretty friendly dog. His name is Titan. He's gonna be in the backyard. There's no fence in the backyard. You gotta put it up. That costs $6,000. The everything in every wall in the house needs to be painted. That's $2,000. I don't know what my man's gonna charge me. I've been working with him for 2 years. I've been doing handyman work since I was a child. You gotta fix the bathrooms, look terrible. That's another $2,000 for each bathroom. 6,000 plus 6,000 is 12,000, man, all day long. 12,000 minus the kitchen is another 4,000. That's 16,000 right there. 16,000. This ain't including the labor to put it all in the stuff. It's all in there. See what I'm saying? I gotta put the lighting up. I told you on the last video, you gotta change all the lights. All the lights are old in every house that's on the market today, except for in big fancy cities. But in this small town, these houses are old. These houses were built in 1969 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got to put a roof on it too. That's another $3,000 right there. Then I got to put a driveway right there. That's $5,000. So where we at? 16, 19 plus 5 is 24,000 plus do the yard better. $1,000 for the yard. So that's where we at? 26,000. So you got 35,000 minus 26,000 is $9,000 in my pocket. Every day of the week. Now don't let me screw around, right, and find somebody that's gonna buy the property for 172,000 instead of 110,000. And then I got another $60,000 to play with. You see what I'm saying? Why is this site saying that this house is worth 172,000? Let me show you why. You go down here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's at. Here you go, neighborhood map. Wait for it. Okay, now the neighborhood map done popped up. The house right directly next door to it is worth 216,000. The house on the other side of it is worth 180. Let me make it bigger for you so you can see it. Help you out here. Okay. The house directly beside it is worth 184,000. On the other side is 216,000. Down here, 184,000, 213,000, 180,000, 150,000. An empty lot is worth 32,000, 187,000, 267. You see what I'm saying? This is a $200,000 neighborhood. So when you fix the house up to its pristine condition, it's gonna be worth the same amount as the rest of the houses all around it. That's just common sense. See what I'm saying? So that's how that works. And so you don't need to go to no damn office like this woman kept saying. If you don't go to the office like a normal human being and do business with me, then I can't do it. I just can't do it. That's why I don't deal with losers. Because I don't need to have you grinning in my face like you really want to help me when you only thing you interested in is your 3%. Woman, you trying to get some fast money. You just want me to come in walk in there, hand you $80,000 for this property, and tell you to go get this to the owner of the house, so you can just skip town with my $80,000. You crazy? That's what I'm telling you. That's all you have to do is find you a buyer, find out what they want, find it. Then it's a process that goes on here. You got to narrow that joker down to 3 or 4 properties, and there's always that one that the person is actually going to get. So I'm gonna have to assume that this is that one. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm selling it a lot cheaper than the other properties around it in their pristine conditions. A lot cheaper. So he's got 60,000 to play with when if he ever decides to resell it, which he probably won't, because he said he's gonna live in the house until he dies. That's what he said. So that's how that works. See what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fix the house up, and it's gonna be worth the same amount as the rest of these houses. But you know, these women out here, they're kind of weird. They're kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? They just funny like that, and they coons, and they just what I'm saying, think you don't know nothing. So since they don't know anything, they automatically assume you don't know anything. See what I'm saying? So you also gotta find you a good closing attorney. Gotta have a good closing attorney. If you're in North Carolina, you can use mine, because a closing attorney can work in anywhere in their state where they are licensed at. Okay, so I hope that was edifying, and shalom.